Hey guys, in today's video, I will talk about my personal driving experience here in Japan. Before coming to Japan, I was already driving for 3 years back in my home country. For the first year, I drove a manual car, and for the next 2 years, I drove an automatic car. So when I came to Japan, my company gave me a driving assignment, which requires me to drive from home to work or from home to school. One of the difficulties I experienced driving here in Japan was, of course, driving on the right side, because back in my home country we drive on the left side. So that was one of the major adjustments I had to do, driving on the right, because everything is on the right side now. Driving the opposite side is really difficult because the wiper and the winkers are now on the opposite sides, and the gear shift is now on my left side instead of the right. That was really difficult for me, especially knowing my road, because I was used to driving on the... Even right now, I'm also really confused. So now I have to drive on the opposite side. So the road, at first, I didn't know which was my road, and I didn't know which road was for the opposite traffic. So that was one of the difficulties I experienced. Next is the signs. Of course, the signs in Japan are in Japanese. They are not in English. So when I first came, I still couldn't read kanji or the Chinese characters. So it was really difficult for me. And next is the expressway. Here in Japan, they have expressways, and in the expressway, cars drive really fast. Like on the average, they drive 100 kilometers per hour. It was really scary on my first year. Of course, I don't take the expressways often, but there were times when I took the expressways on my first year. So when you drive in Japan, and if you need to take the expressway, be very careful and be wary of the signs, because it's quite confusing. Fortunately, I never experienced a major accident while driving here in Japan. I had one minor accident. I will put the picture of the car, what happened to me. It was already nighttime, and the roads here in Japan at night doesn't have street lights because I don't know why, but it's Japan. I couldn't see that thing. I don't know what you call that thing, but that thing that separates the road from the sidewalk. So my car went over that thing because I didn't see it. Plus, I'm small. There you go. That's what happened to my car. So I called for help. I went to the police station, and with my minimal Japanese, the police helped me, and he called a towing company. So they had to tow my car, and I paid a huge amount of money. And the last difficulty I experienced driving here in Japan was getting a Japanese driver's license. For my first year, I had to use an international license, but then it will expire after a year, so you have to get a Japanese driving license if you want to continue driving here in Japan. Fortunately, after 3 tries, they gave me a Japanese driving license. But if you want to ask about how I got my license, it's a long story, so I might make a video about that if you want. But yeah, getting a Japanese driver's license is really difficult. So I was lucky I was given one. Let's talk about the advantages of driving here in Japan. First, I live in the countryside, so there aren't many train stations and buses. We do have taxis, but taxis in Japan are really expensive. So the best way to move around the city is by driving. So most people here in the countryside drive. And of course, when you're grocery shopping or when you buy huge furniture, it really helps a lot, because instead of carrying them to your house, you can put them in your car and drive instead. And of course, the advantage is that you can go anywhere you want to go. In fact, this summer, this coming August, I am planning to go on a road trip by myself. I'm still planning out everything, but I won't use the expressways, but I will use the local roads. So I'm very excited for that. My car is a company car, so my company gave it to me. somehow give it to me to use it to drive to school and to work. So my car is a K car. If you don't know what a K car is, it's a car with a yellow plate. These cars are compact cars. They are really small, and they are popular here in Japan, especially in the countryside. My car, it's a Suzuki Wagon R, and it's in black. Actually, you can see my car there. Let me turn you around. There. That's my car right there. So later on, I'm gonna do a car tour. I named my car Boo Boo, and Boo Boo has really served me well. And actually, I need to give up Boo Boo in about 2 weeks because my company decided to give me a brand new car. Not really give, but we are technically renting. So they will give me a brand new car. I still don't know what it is, but for sure it will still be a K car. So now let's do the car tour. Let's go! Madumi si Bubu ngayon, walang linis. Hindi ko kinaka-wash kasi ang mahal. So this is Bubu. It's very compact. So it's a 4-seater car. I just start Bubu because I'm gonna drive. Let's roll down the windows kasi mainit. Ayan. So this is the dashboard of Bubu. So this blue light, it's blue when you're using gas, and it turns green if you're not using a lot of gas. So see, the gear shift is here on the left side, not here on the right side, and this one is the windshield, the wipers, and this one is the winker. This one is for the aircon, and then if the windshield has fog, you can switch on to this mode to clear your windshield. And then if you want to turn on the heater, you just turn it like this. So this is a mini flashlight. Mini flashlight? Is this a mini flashlight? I'm not sure. Let's put it back. So there it has some compartments. That there. And at the back, it's very spacious at the back, and it has a small compartment. Another feature of this car is the idle stop. So right now my foot is on the brake, so you cannot hear the engine sound, but when I start accelerating again, there you hear the engine there. Right now the light is on green because it's not using so much gas. So ayan guys, I hope that you like this video, and this will be very helpful to you in case you are planning to drive here in Japan. And tip ko lang, if you're still starting out, if you're not a driver back in your home country, please think about it very well if you want to drive here in Japan, because it's not easy. If you have a bit of an experience, then it's okay if you had driving lessons back home, but if it's really your first time to use a car, be very careful. Yun lang, that's all. It's really hot today, so I need to get going. Have a nice day. Bye!